So I'm up with the video on the brake pad replacement on the Triumph Speed 400. A lot of you have already commented and shared the service life experience with these stock sintered brake pads. So in this video, I'm going to try the organic metallic ones from the Duke 390 on the Speed 400. Just to recap from the short video, we are doing this replacement at about 1800 km on the Odo, and to begin with, we will start by taking the caliper out. Radial calipers are pretty easy to work on. In this case, we have to just take these two 8mm hex bolts out. Once the caliper bolts are out, make sure the ABS sensor wire is clipped out from the caliper clamp before getting the caliper assembly out. As it can be seen, these brake pads are at the end of their service life, and with the old pads in place, the caliper assembly can be cleaned off with a good brake cleaner. Avoid using harsh chemicals, solvent-based products and stuff like WD-40 where they can leave any lubricating layer behind, as it can interfere with the braking performance. With the old brake pads in place, use a metal prying tool or a screwdriver to expand the gap by pushing the old brake pads to push the brake piston in. This will create the required gap for the new brake pads, but don't apply extreme force and be gradual with the movement. If you are doing this for the first time, then you can keep the top brake reservoir open. I also know another trick for this. We'll try to record it next time for the ease of explanation. The gap in place can be further utilized for cleaning of the back spring plate. Moving on, turn the caliper around and get the split pin out from the caliper pin. You will need a 30TX Torx bit to get the caliper pin out. Once the thread side is out, cover the caliper pin thread with a cloth or tissue to protect the threads, and then pull the pin out using a plier. The brake pads are out and so is the holding pin. Get the pin cleaned off with all the brake dust and dirt deposits. This time we are using the organic metallic pads from the KTM Duke 390. They cost almost 1/5 of the price of sintered pads, but is the performance 1/5 of the OEM pads? Well, the upcoming rides will tell, as we have planned some back-to-back rides with the ceramic brake pads as well. Hence I haven't applied any grease on the pads and pin, as we will be getting them out again. With the new brake pads, the caliper was assembled back. Just make sure the pin passes in between the back plate that pushes the pads forward. So this is how the caliper looks after the assembly. Just don't miss on the split pin and get the caliper back on the disc on the bolting points. Once the caliper mounting bolts are fixed, torque both of them to about 30 Nm or to torque values recommended by the manufacturer. With the ABS cable in place, we are ready to pump the brakes and then go for a ride. So that's it for this video, and I hope you guys have liked it.